Hi, I'm Sanjana from TuteWiz, and today we're going to talk about commas. Comma is a punctuation mark that is used to indicate a pause. Now, so is a full stop. So, what is the difference? When I use a full stop, indicates end of a sentence. That means a pause because my sentence is complete. However, a comma is used to indicate a pause in the middle of a sentence. And that could be for many reasons. So let us take a look at those reasons. The first one being whenever I list things down, I always separate the items of the list by a comma. So let us look at why is that important. Now if I read the sentence, Shay needed to buy eggs, milk, bread and cereal. Now does she need to buy milk and bread or milk bread or something eggs milk or new product in the market perhaps? So we do not know. To avoid this confusion, I will always separate my list items by a comma. So Shay needed to buy eggs, comma milk, comma bread and cereal. So I know, and so does Shay, that she has to buy eggs, milk, bread and cereal. So whenever there are more than two items in a list, they are separated by a comma. The second reason being introductory words or phrases. This sentence, Anthony made breakfast for his family, is complete on its own. However, if I add an introductory phrase such as after waking up, I separate that phrase and the sentence by a comma. After my introductory phrases, I always put a comma. An introductory word such as firstly, secondly, then, after, anything else, an introductory word that is different or that is separate from the rest of the sentence is separated also by a comma. The next point or the next reason being direct addresses. That means if I write a sentence, suppose here I have, do you want some tea? And I'm addressing it to a particular someone or something or somebody, I use a comma. Now, if I'm asking, do you want some tea? And I'm asking that to Ben, I will put a comma here. Ben, do you want some tea? That means I'm asking this question to Ben. Now, depending on where I'm placing Ben in that sentence, I will use my comma accordingly. So here it's at the starting of the sentence. However, if I put Ben at the end of the sentence, it will be preceded by a comma. So my comma will go here. Do you want some tea? Comma, Ben. Now, if you look at it, introductory words and direct addresses are both additional information, right, that I'm adding to the sentence. Similarly, again, there is something called sentence interrupters, which are also in a way additional information that I add now to the middle or in between the sentence. So introductory words and phrases go at the start of the sentence. My direct address can go at the start, at the end, or in fact, in the middle as well. However, my additional information that I add goes somewhere in between the sentence, and it is also called a sentence interrupter. So let us look at an example. Samantha, my best friend, moved to Victoria. So I can simply write Samantha moved to Victoria. However, I want to give some extra additional non-essential, not so important information about Samantha, that she's my best friend. So I add that additional information, my best friend, and I put it between two commas. Samantha, comma, my best friend, comma, moved to Victoria. So my entire additional information goes between two commas. The writing assignment, which I completed yesterday, is due next week. So here the additional information is that I have completed it yesterday. Maybe I just like flaunting to my friends, and therefore it will go between two commas. Now, other than all of these reasons, commas are also used with conjunctions. Now, I have coordinating conjunctions and I have subordinating conjunctions. The rule with coordinating conjunctions is that when I use coordinating conjunctions to separate two independent clauses, like Sarah is a great singer, her sister is an excellent dancer. And I use the conjunction and. So here I will put a comma before and. Toby finished his work, comma, but he left the notebook at home. Again, joining two independent clauses with coordinating conjunctions, I will use a comma before my coordinating conjunction. Coming to subordinating conjunction, whenever they go at the start of the sentence, I follow it, I follow my dependent clause with a comma. That means if it was not raining, I'll put a comma. This is my dependent clause. If it was not raining, coming to the independent clause, we would have stepped out. So if it was not raining, comma, we would have stepped out. However, now, if this if was, or if the dependent clause was after my independent clause, that means the subordinating conjunction is in the middle of the sentence, I will not precede it with a comma. So it will not be we would have stepped out, comma, if it was not raining. That is incorrect. We would have stepped out if it was not raining. That is it. Simple. So depending on the placement of my subordinating conjunction, I use my comma accordingly. Because Sam didn't study, he did not score well. So because Sam didn't study, comma, he did not score well. Now the last reason for using a comma is when I use another punctuation mark, which are speech marks, which indicate dialogue. All my dialogues, whenever I'm writing anything, go between two speech marks. Now, before indicating who, after or before indicating who is saying that dialogue, I will put my comma. She asked, comma, then speech marks, how are you? And how are you will obviously go between my two speech marks. Another example, remember to recheck your answers, said the teacher. So I will put a comma before I close my speech mark. I hope it helps you remember where to use your comma, and I hope that you do use them and employ them correctly and carefully whenever you are writing. I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you.